Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman Al-Saud, Minister of Energy for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Good evening, Your Excellency.
Pleasure to be with you.
Saudi Arabia has been called the guardian of the oil industry. You led the recovery for this industry post the pandemic. What role do you see for Saudi Arabia in the evolving global energy ecosystem?
Well, I'm very appreciative of the recognition. I can think of, on behalf of our leadership, King Salman, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed, the team that I work with in the Ministry of Energy, the rest of government, agencies that worked with us in this endeavor. I have to emphasize that it has been a holistic approach, inclusive of our partners in OPEC and OPEC Plus, along with our partners at the G20, for having to work with us in trying to mitigate the situation. Obviously, the situation prevailing then and still with us would require multifaceted approaches with a cohesive, coherent, and collective efforts. These efforts are going to be with us. They're continuous. And I believe that with the successes that everybody is noticing, it is more emphasizing the importance of the continuity of the institutional setups and organization. So in this endeavor, we did focus on attending to the COVID situation and the havoc it rendered in the world economy. And as always, we've been saying in Saudi Arabia, COVID for us, as Saudi and a Saudi government, is first and foremost a humanitarian issue rather than an economical issue. And therefore, we've been trying to keep sight with so many things. We tend to attend, we were attending to our home situation in terms of the health and well-being of our citizens, even at a compromise with our local economy. We have been emphasizing introducing many programs to alleviate some of the impacts on our economy. And yet also we continued to attend to our vision. Vision 2030 is crucial for all of us. And in 2020, we've been challenged of how can we continue the vision programs and yet mitigate the problems that we have. So I think the Americans have a good say: when the going get tough, the tough gets going.
Indeed.
And indeed, I'm proud to be a Saudi citizen because the tough got going. And because of that, there is one major caveat for that, of why it had happened. Unfortunately, in this room, you don't see the thousands and thousands of young Saudis working at all government agencies, in the private sector, state-owned enterprises, 2 days ago, I was attending an event of our new identity as a ministry. And I did say, and I will continue to say, that the energy ministry is energized by the energy of the youth. So, welcome to the new Saudi Arabia, where the youth are attending to the situation. It's a new Saudi Arabia with a new set of challenges, but it's a new Saudi Arabia with young breed of youthful, enabled, aspiring, and hopefully in the future will be inspiring, determined young Saudis that will be running the future of this country.
So as the energy minister, you're also tapping the energy of the youth of Saudi Arabia. You mentioned the unveiling of a new identity of Saudi Arabia's oil ministry, and you said that Saudi Arabia is planning to introduce new ways of oil and gas exploration while working to replace oil petroleum liquids with solar power. Can you tell us a little more about these reforms?
Well, we're headed by two supreme committees, one that deals with the hydrocarbons and the other deals with the energy mix. The fundamental change in Saudi Arabia, which is being noticed and will continue to be noticed. In fact, we took it upon ourselves that we will set the pace. We are running a huge program on energy mix that will convert the use of Saudi Arabia, domestic use in power sector towards, with a program, we call it fuel displacement program, whereby we will be converting 50% of our power sector fuel to gas, and the rest will be coming from renewable. In tandem with that, we will be saving thousands and hundreds of thousands of barrels of oil that are going to waste, while we could export them. We have been progressively moving with our efficiency program, and the efficiency program will continue. We have instigated a price reform program, and that program will continue. We have been very mindful and watchful of the issue of climate change. So we have improved our resilience in terms of both mitigating and adapting to climate change. We have companies that struck records in terms of reduction of emissions. We as a government and as a country are committed to the issue of neutrality, of emission neutrality. And again, we are also aspiring to, with this new program that we have started, and we will be working and happily working with in any type of collaboration, with international collaboration on the circular carbon economy, which will help us both ways. We have a program, we call it Hydrocarbon Sustainability Program, which is to, again, rise up to the challenge of any potential of reduction of the consumption of the conventional uses of hydrocarbon. So we have a serious young team who are working on how can we convert the hydrocarbon molecules to different uses. And the more creative we are with this program, the more we will create or generate new demand for hydrocarbon. As a product of this beginning, we noticed that there is this concept of circular economy. So what we did is to try to improve it and add the word carbon to it, which means that the sustainability program and the circular carbon economy, circular carbon economy program will work hands on hand, whereby we will convert and create demand for hydrocarbon, yet we will be mitigating any potential of emissions, be it in the conventional uses of hydrocarbon or be it in the new uses of hydrocarbon. In fact, CCE will enable us to make use of these emissions, and instead of them going to waste, we can, through recycling or reuse, convert them to a useful materials for additional products to be produced. SABIC is doing that, Aramco is doing that, and you will see us doing a lot of that. We will be another Germany when it comes to renewable, which is 50% of renewable. We're working with so many countries on green hydrogen and blue hydrogen. And easily and simply, I could say that we will be pioneering more of that blue hydrogen and green hydrogen. Already we have good friends from Europe and many places are lining up to partner with us in this endeavor. Again, my ambitions is nothing more than a mirror reflection of the young breed and young cadets of youthful, ambitious, determined team that will convert these ambitions into a reality very soon.
Right, 2021 is being called the year of the Great Reset, the year of building back. And I'm sure it'll present many opportunities, but there may be some uncertainties too. What are the key challenges and risks that persist for the oil industry in the year ahead, according to you?
Well, like 21 is less, well, I hope it's going to be less challenging than 20 because I honestly know executive in anywhere, be it banking, energy, or even medical or anywhere, would hope to have another go for another 2020. For God's sake, we just celebrated the new year, and let's hope for a better year. But in all, I think realistically there is some legacies or leftovers to be attended to. I remain cautious that we should, we maintain our hands on the situation, until we are very comfortable that vaccines are spread and used and people vaccinate and lockdowns come as a result of that. Lockdowns can come down and we go to a more of a state of normalcy. Once that happens, yes, we can get into a sort of sigh of relief and we move on. But moving on would require resilience and would require also additional efforts to ensure that we regain what we lost in 2020 and move forward progressively to a growth pattern of world economy growth pattern and the domestic growth pattern.
Right.